Welcome back, everyone, to my second year of doing Gyropalooza. I've been throwing MVP for over a year now and decided to do Gyropalooza last year after throwing some more MVP. This year we're doing it again. Going to do a little bit of an unboxing here first, and we'll take them outside and throw them. It's kind of snowing outside, so we'll see when I can get out there and throw these discs. For what's in the 2025 box this year, we have one Particle Proton Pyro, one Neutron Wave. It's a 10th anniversary special edition. We have one Particle Proton Particle, which is like an old discontinued putter, and we have one Plasma Echo, two R2 Neutron discs, and 5 L2 discs. So, without further ado, let's get these open and then get up to throwing them. Here's what we got on the inside. Lots of colors, which I like. First disc. This is a Simon Line time-lapse. Ooh. This is a lab second time-lapse. I think this is one of the new ones, 175. I could actually genuinely see myself bagging this. And it has some pretty sick colors, actually, so we're already off to a fantastic start. Next up, we have another 175. This is a hex. Similar colors. We got the purple on the outside. So this is a lab second hex. Actually, another really good pull. We got time-lapse and hex for our first two pulls. I mean, it's kind of a sick box already. Next up, I already like the colors on this one. Got like the pink particle rim here, and then the white inside. Could even end up dyeing this one, actually. This is 174. Again, keeping up with max weight discs. I love having max weight. So this is a trance. I don't know what a trance is. It feels like a 6-speed, maybe a 5-speed. Okay, it's the 8-speed. I got a trance in my box last year. I ended up giving it away, but I did get a trance before. It's kind of like an understable, like 8-speed. Next up, looks like we have some kind of high-speed driver, kind of. This is 170, kind of like a little bit of particle on the inside. This is a photon. Thrown the photon before. I've thrown one that was overstable, one that was kind of understable, so we'll see how this one goes, but can't go wrong with a photon. Okay, next up, 170 grams. This looks like a fission trail. Look at that. It's got the dome. Yep, this is a fission trail. Lab second. Fission trail. If you know me, there's no way I'm throwing the fission trail, but I'll still give it a shot, and I'll probably give it away to somebody. A resistor. This is an R2 resistor. 166, a little bit on the lighter side. And it's supposed to be kind of an overstable disc. I don't know if I would really throw one that's 166, but could be interesting to see how overstable it actually is. Then we got a Vanish. Look at this Vanish. Look at this R2 Vanish. This is 173, so pretty much max weight. I know Vanish is pretty understable. This could be like kind of a nice like turnover disc or a roller disc. It's got that nice outer rim there too. Looks really cool. Okay, and I believe the rest here are all of the Gyropalooza exclusives. So we have this Gyropalooza 2025. Looks like a max weight Echo. Never thrown an Echo before. It feels kind of interesting. It's like a little bit sort of a domier profile. Definitely feels different than, I think this is like somewhat similar to a hex. I don't even know the flight numbers, honestly. Yeah, so just like a little bit flippier than a hex. Honestly, if this thing is just a little bit flippier than a hex, I could see it making its way into my bag. This is also a very nice looking Echo. So never thrown one of these before. Pretty excited to try it out. Next up, we have a Wave. There's that 10th anniversary Wave. Nice and green. Feels pretty good. Again, another max weight disc. So getting mostly max weight in this box. I know last year I got a lot of lighter weight stuff, which I'm not going to throw. I think I've only gotten like really one, or I guess if you count the time lapse, but those are, or not the time lapse, the trail, but these are usually lower weights anyways. The only like real lower weight disc I got was the Resistor. Going to be kind of excited to throw this one as well. I don't know if I've thrown a Wave before. If I have, it was probably a lighter one from the box last year, but I'm interested to see how this flies. It's kind of like, I think similar to a Shrike probably is a disc I would know that's similar to it. I guess like a slower speed Shrike. Then we have, so this is the Particle. Pretty cool looking stamp. I like the colors here. Oh, we got a little bit of extra little plastic on there. This is an interesting feeling disc. I don't think MVP really has any other discs that are like this plastic combo and this feeling of a profile. Like, it's definitely different. The only other MVP disc that I've held in my hand that feels kind of similar to this is maybe like a Pixel. Like, this almost feels like it's like a premium plastic Pixel. Maybe it's a little bit more overstable though, but it's kind of like a little bit deeper. It's got like a little micro bead on the bottom there. But I mean, I don't think I've ever seen one of these before. I've never seen someone throw one, so definitely interested to try it out. And last up, the one that honestly is probably going straight into my bag for the next year is the Pyro. Everyone knows that's watched me for long enough. I love throwing the Pyro. This is like the coolest looking Pyro I've ever seen. Look at that color combo. I got like the pink in the middle with the nice purple foil and then that lime green on the outside. And it is a max weight Pyro. So, I mean, this is just going straight in the bag, like guaranteed. So, yeah, I mean, this is honestly, I know people love Gyropalooza. Last year, I was a little bit disappointed there was a lot of flippy discs and a lot of like lighter weight discs. I've got almost all max weight in this box right here. And I mean, off the rip, we got max weight, I think a new time lapse, a hex. I mean, we have the Pyro, we have this particle, which could end up being a great throwing putter. And then, I mean, who knows? Maybe this Echo ends up being my go-to understable mid-range because it's got like it's a little bit domier, which my hexes don't really have. And then all these other guys, these random ones I got, we'll try them all out. Just drop that on the ground. So now we're going to skip to sometime in the future, and we're going to throw these out in the field.
All right, it's a couple days later now. Still a lot of snow, still below freezing outside, but got to get to testing these discs. Feeling like it's a little bit of a head left to right wind. And actually, if you've been around the channel for long enough, this is pretty much where I used to film a lot of my old videos. So kind of back where I started. Anyway, let's get to testing these discs out before I freeze my butt off. First two discs I want to try out are the hex and the time lapse that I pulled right off the rip. So let's just go with the hex first, just because I've bagged one for years now. I imagine it'll probably just be like any other hex. Yep. Oh, that flies nice. Kind of got over on it a little bit, but it still held up in the headwind pretty well. Get the arms moving a little bit. Let's go with the time lapse. I haven't thrown one of these new time lapses, assuming this is one of the new ones. So we'll see how it flies. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. That is a night and day difference from the time lapse I remember throwing back when they first came out with them. Like, that's actually, I mean, there's a little bit of a headwind, but that flew, turned, held a little bit, panned out, faded, beautiful. All right, now we're just gonna go in like kind of a random order. I'll save the special editions ones for last. So this is that Photon. This is almost max weight Photon, 170. I feel like I threw a Photon that was really overstable and really understable before. So we're throwing into a headwind. Oh, that was a big headwind. Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, I kind of threw that on a lot of hyzer thinking it would be flippy. Photon, not flippy at all. I mean, that's not even max weight and it's not flippy. Let's just get this out of the way. Fission, trail. It's gonna turn into a roller, guaranteed. I'll put it on as much hyzer as I possibly can. Yeah, I got it to fly. Oh my gosh. That was actually really good. Also, I got my mic on the drawstring here because the hat was too floppy. So sorry if it makes like a weird noise when I throw. All right, we'll try out the trance again. Yep, still pretty understable. Kind of just moved right the whole way. I honestly like, that's like a really good like fairway, like control driver speed, just disc that you want to throw on a little bit hyzer and get it to turn right and just turn over the whole way. Like could be really good for shaping lines. All right, we got the two R2 discs. We have a Vanish and a Resistor. I'm curious about the Resistor because this is 166, like 10 grams below max weight. Thrown into a headwind. It's like kind of an overstable disc, but like will the weight affect it? Wind's kind of picking up too, it's very cold. Oh yeah, it flipped up a little bit, but definitely still overstable. That's a nice disc, very nice. Reliable. Okay, Vanish. I know this is like a -2.2, 11 speed. MVP's 11 speeds are like basically 12 speeds from what I understand. I'll give this some hyzer, try not to get it to just move right the whole way. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that literally rolled. Okay, it's really understable. Okay, now we're on to the 4 special edition discs. Let's start with the Wave. Also an understable disc. Also gonna try and throw it with some hyzer, but like it's a head left to right. So as soon as it gets pushed up by the headwind, and then it's just pushing it right the whole way, so they're never coming back. Yeah, I mean, it pretty much flew like the Vanish. I would say ever so slightly more stable than the Vanish, but just nothing into a headwind. This one I'm the most curious about, aside from the time lapse. This is the Particle. I'm not gonna try and throw it too hard. We're just gonna see how it holds up into a little bit of headwind, see if we can get it to fly nice. Yeah. Oh, that has a lot of glide too. It's kind of getting destroyed by the headwind right now, but it's very nice. Okay, this is the Pyro. Once again, so pretty, so nice. It is going in my bag as long as it flies like my other Pyro, because this just looks amazing. Let's just throw it. If you haven't seen how a Pyro flies, or if you have and you like watching them, very nice, good overstable 5-speed. Boom, big hyzer. Headwind is not doing anything to that. And the last disc that I'm potentially could find a spot in my bag, like my current my most understable mid-range currently is a hex, which for me, it's a Eclipse hex too. It's like a straight flyer hex, you know, like I can get it to turn, but it's not like a turnover disc. My turnover disc is my beat up Logic, and it's starting to snow, nice. My turnover disc is my beat up Logic. So if I want something to turn over, I'm throwing a 3-speed or I'm throwing a 9-speed. Like those are the two options that I have. I don't have something in the middle like a 5-speed where I can get it picking up and turning really easily. So if I have room for it in my bag, this Echo could end up picking up that spot. According to the flight numbers, it could. And we're throwing into a headwind, so this could kind of like give us an idea if it's gonna bite back and fade out, kind of like how the Hex did that I threw. Even though it was a little bit nose up, you'd expect the Hex to turn over into a headwind, but it's still kind of a stable disc. Will the Echo pick up and fade out, or is it gonna kind of just turn the whole way? Oh my gosh. I mean, it has some stability, that's for sure. But I gave it hyzer and it picked up and it just subtly turned a little bit. Like it really is just a little bit less stable than a Hex. I kind of like it. We'll see. I'm probably gonna throw it a little bit in the off season if I even have a chance to play in weather like this, and then maybe pick it up during the season, have it be that tick below stability from the Hex. Kind of like it, because I haven't really picked up a Detour. I think Detour is maybe a little bit too understable. It'll beat in too much for me, but I also haven't really tried them out all that much. But overall, pretty sick. I mean, all those discs are great. Unfortunately, you know, some of the understable ones we're throwing in the cold, so they're gonna be more understable and into a headwind. So they're just gonna turn over. Nothing I can really do about that. But I mean, most of them are really nice. That new time lapse is fantastic. Hex is great. All the signature discs. The Pyro is so pretty. Everything's flying, really nice. And yeah, the low weight resistor. It was the resistor, right? I'm making sure I'm getting that one right. If I'm not, I'll put something on the screen. Resistor also flew pretty nice, even though it was a little bit lower weight. So yeah, that's my Gyropalooza box. Pretty pleased with them. Could see more than one disc. I mean, at least 2 I'm looking at going in the bag, potentially even more depending on how much I like them. And the rest are just fun to throw, and I'll maybe bring them out for some more videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.